Hey, Jovan here with your free MLB Extendo clip play for Friday, July 18th, 2025. Now, we know that you love our free picks, but if you want my best bets, the best that I'm putting in today, go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks for today. Now, it's been a while since I've done a full-fledged video, but we're starting up a new video series. It's been about 2 years and 4 months since I've done this, but I've done and have continued and will continue to do video shorts, which are basically reels where you go in and out in less than 60 seconds. I give up a 2-team parlay, and what we will do in this video series is we will recap what happened on the previous day's 2-team parlay. We will also get into some bet and banter where I would give my perspective on just little angles and strategies that I like to employ when it comes to betting. If you want to leave any suggestions in the comments, go ahead and do so, and I'll take it under advisement. But this video series is gonna mainly serve as the extendo clip play. And what is the extendo clip? The extendo clip is just another way of saying an alternate line, extended alternate line, whether that's against the spread or, with this being baseball season, on the run line. Now, an example of this is, let's just take basketball and the NBA, for instance. Now, let's just come up with a scenario where the OKC Thunder, the defending champs, they're facing the Washington Wizards, and they're on the road and they're laying 11.5. And we feel that they're gonna blow them out the water, that number doesn't stand a chance. So what will we do? We will extend that line all the way up to, let's say, 18.5, because we feel it's gonna be a 20+ point victory. Now, what that does is that raises those odds from minus 110 on the 11.5. You're paying a little bit of juice. That will raise those odds if it wins to 290 plus 330, something around those lines. Even more. I haven't done the calculations on it. I'm just giving out a quick example. So what we're doing is we're maximizing the profits on this type of play. Conversely, if you're taking an underdog, and let's go to baseball, let's just say that the Red Sox, they're in the Bronx to play in the Yankees, and I believe that the wrong team's favorite. The Yankees, they're always favorites at home, but the pitcher matchup dictates that the Red Sox should not only win, but win by margin. So I would take that and put the Red Sox at minus 1.5 at plus odds, beautiful plus odds, plus 300, plus 400 type of odds. And that's what the extendo clip is in layman's terms. Now, the extendo clip was born last year around this time during baseball season, and Mitch was a master at doing this. He loved the laddering bets where he could maximize his profit, where he would take a game, and since it was baseball, he said a team was gonna kill the competition, and he had said you could put minus 5.5 on this game. And I had my little spin on it, and I had another game that I loved that I thought a team was going to blow out, and I said, you could put minus 3.5 on this game. The extendo clip put the extendo clip on it, and that phrase took off. People, they kind of clamor for the extendo clip. They love when I put the extendo clip out there. I'm not just gonna do it for any game. I'm gonna do it for games that I particularly like, whether that's a favorite or an underdog. With that said, we'll give a perfect example for what the extendo clip is, and that's tonight's game, or today's game, for the Detroit Tigers versus the Texas Rangers. Now, these are two teams that ended off the first half of the regular season prior to the All-Star break in different ways. The Detroit Tigers, they still have the best record in baseball, if I'm not mistaken, but they were on a 4-game slide, so they headed to this game on a 4-game losing streak, and they lost those 4 games by at least 4 runs. in those games, and they're just not in a good way right now. They can't hit themselves out of a white paper bag. They do have Reese Olson on the mound, and he's been pitching good, but they're just not in a good way. Against lefties in their last 5, they're batting 111, last 10 even worse, .086. And with them facing Corbin Burns, I don't think they stand a chance in this one. The Texas Rangers bats, they're getting hot at the right time. They could be a dark horse to make way not only for a playoff berth, but to get to the AL East and be a AL West champion, and supplant the Houston Astros. I don't think it's going to happen, but, with that said, they are a dark horse to, make a run at it. Nevertheless, being that they are former champs a couple of years ago. So, with this game and with these two teams and the way they're heading in opposite directions, I would put -1.5 at +184 for the Texas Rangers. Now, you could get bullish and say that you could put -2.5 on it, put the Extendo clip on that. It gets you +290. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to be conservative because the Rangers are underdogs in this thing. So that's why we're getting a good plus price at -1.5. So we'll cap it at that. And it'll be the Rangers -1.5. And that's the Extendo clip play of the day. Now, let's reiterate this one. And it's a quick reiteration. -1.5, Texas Rangers. Book it, cash it. Do what you got to do with it. And with this being Christmas in July, I have $400 off my yearly package, and you'll be better off with that package, because in the years 2022 and 2023 I turned a profit, and I'm on most leaderboards that I'm in as far as sports that I delve into, and this year is no different. We're on the plus side in calendar 2025. We're on the plus side last 12 months, last 60 days, last 90 days. So it just goes on, and we have our best sports coming into play. Football, college football, and the NFL. So you might want to jump on that. So with that all being said, I bid you adieu. Thanks for being with me, and smash that like button. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.